The closer the European Union gets to signing a trade agreement with the South American bloc Mercosur, the more heated the debate becomes. Farmers from across the European Union are travelling to protest. Every small step and every small obstacle can bring leaders closer to asking themselves whether this is the right path for Europe. Bureaucrats led by Ursula von der Leyen want to introduce a trade agreement with Mercosur countries that is harmful to Poland, among others.
która może doprowadzić do
This could
destabilizacji
destabilize the entire
całego
beef
sektora
sector in Poland, but not only
wołowiny w
that.
Polsce,
We also have
ale
a
i nie
problem
tylko.
at the moment with the sale of
Mamy
agricultural
problem w tej
products,
chwili
that
też
is
ze sprzedażą
grains, which are currently
płodów
being sold
rolnych,
below
czyli
production
zbóż,
costs. Costs are
które są
constantly
sprzedawane w tej
rising,
chwili
but
poniżej kosztów
unfortunately
produkcji.
prices have remained the same
Koszty
as they
cały czas
were 30
rosną, a
years ago.
cena...
Tak, pani poseł Wiśniewska, bardzo proszę.
Chciałabym podkreślić, że
MEPs from the Law and Justice Party are loudly opposing the agreement. Just as the European Union's climate policy is strengthening the Chinese economy, European agriculture will fall victim to the Mercosur agreement. Small and medium-sized farms will be the first to collapse. Mercosur provides for the admission of agricultural products produced in South American countries. The agreement is expected to benefit industrialized countries such as Germany and the Netherlands, but threaten the economies of countries with developed and strong agricultural sectors such as France and Poland. An agreement is being pushed through that will destroy European agriculture and undermine the health security of all citizens living in the European Union. The fact is that our food security has been traded for the profits of German industry. Italy is torn between protecting farmers and maintaining exports to Mercosur countries. Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni agreed with the French President that there is a need to postpone the final vote on this issue in the European Parliament. We will not be voting on this agreement today. What we will be doing today, as has already been rightly said here, is voting on an instrument that responds to the needs of part of the agricultural sector and the concerns of political leaders from various European countries. This sector and these countries have been demanding greater guarantees. Italy's position is crucial. It is up to Rome to build a so-called blocking minority that is 35 representatives of 4 countries with 35% of the community's population. As noted by Jacek Saryusz-Wolski, President Nawrocki's advisor on European affairs, dark clouds are gathering over Mercosur. The chances of von der Leyen signing the agreement on December the 20th in Brazil are dwindling. The vote on the Mercosur has been dropped from the agenda of today's meeting of the EU General Affairs Council as planned. Resistance among member states is growing. Italy has joined France in demanding that the vote be postponed. Ireland, Poland, Hungary and Austria are all against the agreement. Belgium and the Netherlands are hesitant. Italy's position will tip the scales in the eventual vote. Polish farmers have been protesting for many months, but the government insisted that nothing could be done. Today, it seems that the Smiling Coalition has joined the thousands of farmers who warned against an agreement that would be disastrous for Poland. The agreement with the Mercosur countries is a gun pointed at the head of European farmers. Today, I reiterate that Poland says no. These words echo those heard today in Paris and Italy. The government is covering up its mistakes by blaming, of course, the Law and Justice political party. When it was possible to break off these talks, what did the Law and Justice government do then? It remained silent. In 2019, Ursula von der Leyen, as President of the European Commission, reassured us that the trade agreement with the Mercosur countries would not threaten European agriculture in any way.
Ms. von der
Leyen clearly stated that the trade agreement with the Mercosur countries must be ratified by all the parliaments of the member states. Then these agreements were broken. The basic rules of decision-making were broken. Member states were deceived, and the claim that Law and Justice is responsible for this is simply a lie. What threatens domestic agriculture directly translates into our food security. Polish President Karol Nawrocki has appointed a Council for Agriculture and Rural Affairs. This will be advisory assistance that will allow the President to make decisions and protect Polish farms and Polish farmers from the actions we have already discussed here regarding the Mercosur countries, but also Ukraine. The range of topics to be discussed at the regular meetings is very broad, including, of course, EU regulations and decisions made in Brussels. Specific solutions will also be proposed. The European Commission's policy takes into account the dependence of almost 500 million people in the European Union on external food supplies. This is a matter of the Mercosur agreement, the agreement with Ukraine, which was adopted over Poland's head, as well as opening up food from other regions of the world. But apart from trade agreements that are harmful to Poland, Polish farmers have to deal with problems on a daily basis which, like Mercosur, have a direct impact on our food security.
mamy też w Polsce ASF.
We also have ASF in Poland, which has been around for 12 years and is doing well. Farms are going under one after another, healthy animals are being culled, and production is declining. The result is that since we have fewer animals, we have an oversupply of grain that we cannot cope with. And the government's passivity on these issues is ruining the Polish countryside.